Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make some designs using some very simple press printing of objects that we have at home. Now this project here, this technique is designed for those people who haven't been able to get a roller or some printing ink. So these are going to be made using your watercolours and a brush, and I'm going to show you two ways of doing this, and we're going to be doing some very simple printing of potatoes so that can give you your press print and repeat, but I'm also going to show you how you can also use the foam board and how you can cut out some shapes from there and try using that with the watercolours, and you can experiment to see which technique works best for you. Now I'm taking the motif of the circle to design my pages, and that was twofold. That was thinking about the idea of maybe creating the image of cells, of close-ups of cells, but also linking back to that motif of the circles to location and planets that we have going through. So there's this image of the circle as being a motif that flows through some of our pages. So how to begin? You will want to think about a design for whether you are doing your foam board or whether you are doing your potato print. I have got some ideas that I have worked out first of all on paper here. There's some different examples of plans for these circle forms that I thought about in advance, and you can look at those or adapt these to your own, obviously within the limitations of materials that you are working with. So to show you the first way of working, I'm going to pop these on one side. I have got a very humble potato, and a lot of you will have done potato printing, I'm sure, at school. I'm going to take that and I'm going to slice that there. Do be very careful if you're using a sharp knife for this, and be really careful and just check with people at home, with your parents, that that's okay, that they're happy for you to do that. Now I'm going to move to a slightly blunter knife, so this is just like a butter knife, and I'm going to use that to cut out a pattern a little bit like this one here, and I'm going to show you how I will do that. Now all I'm going to do is I'm going to start by actually cutting in some little pieces, and I'm going to start as I go around cutting into the potato, taking out those little pieces there. Now I am going to do this quite quickly so that you see where I'm going. However, you can spend more time doing this. As I say, this does not have to be a sharp knife to do this. You can use quite a blunt knife, but I'm not cutting in too deep because obviously I want the potato to hold its shape and also to have something for me to hold on to as I print. So I'm just putting those in there. You can also mark into the potato using just a pencil as well. Okay, so that's that one there, but I'm going to try also on this one here to make the idea of the circles and the little dots into there. I'm just going to take a very blunt pencil and I'm going to press in, and I'm thinking about creating an image that's just like little cells, little dots, marks and cells in there. Okay. Now, before I start adding my colour to that, I'm going to take some kitchen roll and I'm going to just dry these a little bit because they can be quite damp, and I think if you take a little bit of the excess moisture off, you will get a better end result. So I have my two potatoes here. I'm now going to get my watercolours. So I've got my watercolours here, got my paint here, and I have got some paper, okay. And you might want to begin with, have a piece of scrap paper to start on. That can be just printer paper. So I'm actually going to just do a first little tester piece onto there, okay. Now you can see this is one that I've already used, and you can see how the paint has been built up on there, and that has been done and printed by just using the watercolour. When you first do this, you might find that your prints are not so strong, but as you build up, you will get a stronger and stronger print. You can see how I need to press a little bit more evenly there, but you can see how that design works there. So I'm going to take one of the ones that I haven't done before, so you can just see by contrast. I'm going to take some purple. I'm mixing my paint so that it's not too runny, but I'm just building that up onto there, onto my sort of strange little slightly star cell-like piece, and I'm going to print that on there. Okay, and so you can press print and you can get as many of these done as you like, and you can print these maybe combining different colours, different shapes onto your piece of paper. These pieces here have been done onto some collage paper that I had done before, but you could collage onto ripped up paper, you could collage onto some circles of paper as well. This one here is printed onto some little sliced pieces or ripped pieces of text there, and that can give you a really, really good effect as well. Now, very quickly, you can, as I say, try the potatoes to print, and you can print and get lots of different effects. But I'm also going to show you how you can also use the foam board to get a result as well. So, foam board here, I'm going to take a can, or you could use, if you want something smaller, the top of a deodorant, something like that. I'm going to put that on my foam board. I'm going to press that in, and that gives me a really good circle, which I am then going to roughly cut around and use. So everybody will have received a piece of foam board in their second pack that came in the post, which had the paper in it, okay? Now, I can do lots of work into that. I can do this work though with a pencil. I can make patterns, and these are some examples of patterns that I did when I was doing my printing with ink, but we can try the same using our watercolour. Now, this time I'm going to do a slightly different design. I'm going to do a wave design in here. Alternatively, you could do dots, you could do all sorts of different patterns. And I'm just pressing in with quite a blunt pencil here. I'm not going to use something too sharp there, because otherwise it drags and it doesn't work quite so well. Now, I have found that sometimes the colours take well on the foam board, other times it seems to repel it slightly, and you will need, if you want to use a foam board, with the watercolours, a little bit of patience in building up the colours to get your prints to work, because as you will see there, it very slightly repels it because of the shininess of the surface. However, if you do it quite a few times, having seen on your first ones that they maybe are not, obviously you need to press a bit. Actually, that one's worked really quite well there. So you can see here the foam board has actually printed quite well there. Whereas sometimes I've found, and it does vary from colour to colour, you'll see an example there that it's been quite speckled. But I think if you persevere and if you keep adding on more paint to these, you will get a good result from that. And this example here has been done with the foam board there. Okay. So you can try those two ways of working, either with the potato or with the foam board, to create your sheets of images here, either on plain paper or onto your collaged paper. Okay? Have some fun with that. As I say, the idea is we're thinking about cells. You can look at my designs there for ideas, or you can find and plan some of your own. Okay? Have some fun with that. And then your best pages, remember, you can put those into your sketchbook. All right?